Alexander-Arnold! Again. Oh, he scored again.
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Niger Englishman, and we are back here for your weekly edition of Up Watch. And yeah, look, someone's playing my stuff in the background there. What's going on there? Getting a little bit of an echo. But big up everyone and that's watching now or watching later. Don't forget to do your what's it called? What are they called? Pay your rent. Smash the like button, subscribe, share, all of that. But big up everyone. Obviously, it's a weird Monday. It's a weird Monday, and SKTV has set the pace. The first comment: smash the likes, everyone. Liverpool are champions, bitches. And what better way to start? There's a Liverpool fan in the stream, but his page seems to keep loading. We don't mind. We'll get him back in a second. But making his debut, coming in for a debut, representing the boys in blue. Yeah, is he gonna score a couple own goals? He's gonna score a hat trick on his debut. We do not know. But representing the blue side of London, we got man like Doobs in the building. How you doing, Doobs?
Well, appreciate you for having me on, man. Listen, me and you past couple of times on football terrace, we go back and forth, you know what I mean? But you know what? You put that aside, you called me up. I'm glad to be on there, man. I'm sure we'll get into it anyway, but yeah.
100%, man. And Doobs knows that when it comes to football chat, I'm all for it. When it comes to the shameless stuff, I can do that too. But talking football is the most important thing. Talking football. Look, we'll have some shamelessness, of course, naturally. It's banter. But we're going to talk some real stuff as well. And I don't know if we're going to get a lot of time to talk about this situation that's going on below me. It's a situation going on below everyone right now in the top 6, except for the shit down the road. But making a long-awaited return to Tunnel TV, we got man like Ibrahim in the building. How you doing, bro?
Very well, thank you. How's it going?
Great, man. And the thing that I enjoy most about you, Ibrahim, is that you love to, through your negativity, you talk things into existence. So I'm glad that title is what that title is. So just like against Real Madrid, when nobody expected us to go through, all the haters, all their energy channeled towards Arsenal getting the Champions League final, things that you love to see. But look, let's be honest here. There's only hey. We assigned you guys to come in and crash the party just for one more week. One more week we asked you for. One more week, but they got a little bit excited. Sri Lanka put them 1-0 up. They were like, yo, maybe, just maybe getting good spirits before the Europa League semi-final. But no. Spurs do what Spurs do. They let the country down. But returning to Tunnel TV, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Ash in the building. How you doing, Ash?
Brother, I'm here, man. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag you never walk alone.
I'm here, man.
Hashtag you never walk alone, man. That's what it is, bro, right now. Because that's what Ange's doing.
That's a good one.
He said it, though. He said it out. That's his boyhood club. That's his boyhood club. He said it. He said, raw, when I was a kid, I said one day I'll manage that club, innit? So he was probably in awe, broski, seeing all the like fans outside, like, you know what I'm saying? Thinking, yeah, he probably hit the, you know, like when he hit the thing on the way in.
Did he hit it? Tell me he didn't hit it. Tell me he didn't dare hit it.
That would be jokes.
You know he hit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think even he was shocked when we scored the first goal. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what's going on here? It's not part of the plan. But yeah, bro. Listen, we move, man. Listen, the season is, boy. There's only one way this season could be salvaged, and we all know that way. And you know, we all know how it is as well. Because listen, if my team would have cut,
Hey, do you know what? I'm here for an English club clean sweep in Europe. Who's here for that?
Nah.
Oh wow. Wow, on my own. On my own.
Listen,
I was even bigging up everyone else, but no, you lot can't jump on the bandwagon. All right.
listen,
Fuck all of
listen.
you lot. Just Arsenal winning the Champions League. Yeah?
You see what it is, Kunle? Brexit means Brexit, man. None of these English clubs should be winning anything this year, man.
Brexit. Fucking hell.
Oh my
I feel like
god.
to the panel.
Terrible. Welcome back to the channel, Abs. It's been a while, bro. It's been probably a year since we've seen you here, but that's more my fault than your fault. So big up, man. How you doing, bro?
Bro, I can't, man. Just busy and that, but me personally, I've been checked out.
Last time we were speaking, you were stressed. How are you still stressed now? You're in like top 5 racing, huh?
No, because you know what it is.
I gave you some support.
No, because you know it is because after all the money that we spent, right? And for those who don't know, I do support Chelsea. And I depressed Chelsea fan for a minute. Now, what's it called? We've basically like, I don't even know. I don't want to sound like it's first world problems because no one's entitled to winning anything. But at the same time, for the money that we've spent and the way that certain guys have been hyped, I'm not gonna get into any names. We should be a lot closer to the top teams, at least, you know, applying pressure. Now, my guy J. Cole said, apply pressure on that. So we're still nowhere near that. And we're still in a little bit of a scrap trying to get into Champions League football. And surely it shouldn't take spending over the GDP of South Sudan to get into a Champions League place. Like, surely not. If I'm bugging, please tell me. If it costs more, I big up Flawless, man. But if it costs that amount of money to get into a Champions League spot, then you know, someone please tell me. Maybe I'm just not educated enough.
Look, you see what happened here. Hey, Ibrahim, you see what happened here. These Chelsea fans, they have to make it about him. All I asked was an introduction. Welcome back to the show, and he'd taken over all his problems and all that, bro. It's not that. This today ain't about you lot, bro. Ain't about you.
No, but in his defense, right? You said the last time you had a conversation, he sounded stressed, right? So he just gave you an update of how stressed. I mean, it's fine that you're the one laughing. I can see all your 32 teeth out there, you know, shining. You're laughing out there. Bro. I'm not gonna say anything, right? You know, we're gonna come. But you know what? In the few weeks. We'll see if you still be laughing.
Wow. Sending shots unnecessary. But look, the last person I'm going to introduce on this stream, guys, look, there's only one person that I said, undisputed champion when it comes to being able to rattle me on stream. There's only one guy that I've tried hard. He's the one guy that no matter how much my defenses are up, he finds a way to creep through. Back. Like he never left. Man like Flawless in the building. How you doing, Flawless?
Yo, blessings, man. Big up for having me. Apologies on the lateness. Big up to the whole panel as well, man. The whole panel. I don't know why I rattle you, man. We just have great footballing conversation. I have no idea. We just have great footballing conversation about your football club and my football club. That's all it is.
See, you're good at the thing I do. You're good at the calm thing. You don't need your energy to get people, and that's my thing as well. You know, certain man, they need to be hype and da. He just calm and just listen it off, and you like before you know it, boom. Hit you, man. Sit you down. Holding your belly. Big up, man. Smash the lights, my people. But there's only one place to start. Not like their fans seem to have boycotted the stream. One started the stream, but I don't know. The internet took him off. But we got to start with Liverpool being champions of the Premier League. Like, the first question I ask is the fact that Slot did it in his first year, is that a mockery to the league? Or is it that the foundations that were led for them, he just had to sprinkle a little bit on top and take them to that next level? Like, where does anyone can chime in on this? Dude, as this your debut, we'll let you start this one.
I just want to know what.
Oh no, Ash wants to sort.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go. I'll come in.
I'm gonna tag you in. Yeah, I just want to know what phase Slot is in. Go.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because Arteta, obviously, he talked about the 5 stages of getting to the, you know, where you need to get to. So I'm just a bit lost. If I'm being fair, though, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be balanced. Because that's what it's all about. It's about being balanced. He took on a team that obviously Klopp put all the work into, allegedly. But I don't know. People were saying Liverpool never had a striker. Liverpool never had a DM. Fullbacks looking like they're at the end of the road, like boys to men. So, wait, I don't know. It's kind of spooky right now. He's come in, looked around, said, "Yeah, I think I'll take this player. I'll use this player." Remember them times, yeah, when the Klopp had what's his name, Gakpo weren't really firing, weren't doing what he was doing. You see what I'm saying?
No, but he was doing some bits. Don't act like he was a scrub completely. But he was
doing say that. I just said he weren't doing.
No, but the way you try to water it down, you know what I mean?
Let me know my tone. My tone might be a bit much. So sorry, I apologize. I'm saying Gakpo was just like, I heard people saying Gakpo. I don't know. There was certain narratives in it on certain Liverpool players when he came into the club, and people were saying that, you know, he might need a season or two, he might get third or fourth. Because remember, Klopp got third, didn't it? If I'm right, or am I mistaken? Have I got wrong? You got third, and then the season. Third. Yeah, I was saying, and I'm like, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'm like, if this guy comes in and wins the league, I'm gonna tear out. That's just me. That's just how I would be. I'll be real,
brother. And you know what? You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because it's something I talked about at the start of the season. I said, if this brother wins the league in his first season, at the end of the season, Arteta's got to do the right thing and walk, bro. Unless he gets the champs. He's still in it. He's still fighting for his life right now. 3 games for his life. So, but we won't go into that. We won't go into that because I'm keeping it a buck. Slaughter's embarrassed Arteta this season. He's embarrassed him. Like as much as I want to say, I'm not part of the injury gang crew, because I've seen my team win the league with Christopher Ray up front, Alex Manninger in goal. So, but like, Arteta don't have any excuses for me in terms of that, bro. None of that. I've seen Oleg Luzhny win a brother, you know what I'm saying? You know, so yes, bro. So we've been in the trenches. So Arteta gets no excuses from me. What Slaughter's done is exceptional, because I think the biggest thing is, I don't think Liverpool team has been like out of this world or incredible, but what they have been is efficient and consistent, and he's managed them so well in the Premier League. So you got to give him his props. But
sorry,
I mean, it's not. No, you can't because there's a champion on the stream and he hasn't had a chance to have a say.
Sorry, Ibikunle, just give me 20 seconds, please. I just want to address
Kunle, if you want to, you can, but I'm okay if you don't. If you say no, then I'll mute him.
Thank you very much. I want to address something. The way you keep bringing Arteta up like he's the next Messiah or is the chosen one.
I didn't bring him up.
Hold up. Like Slots coming to the league.
Are you speaking to Ash? Yeah? Because I didn't bring him up.
I'm speaking to whoever is
okay, Ash, this is at you, bro.
Look, Slot came into the league, right? He won the league. It's a slap on everybody's face. Don't single out Arteta like Arteta is one special guy. He's not a special guy. It's a slap on everybody's face. Arteta is not a special guy. So just let's keep the conversation going that way. Arteta is not special.
So that's it. That's what you had. Okay, KB, please step in.
I mean, I've been hearing a lot of stuff. You know, Liverpool are not this, Liverpool are not that. Gakpo this, Gakpo that. Like.
Wait, did anyone abuse Liverpool yet on this stream? Or am I tripping?
No.
Talked about Liverpool and being that they haven't been that good. They haven't been this and that.
They haven't been exceptional, but you've been efficient and good at what you're doing.
Even me.
What's wrong with that?
No, what does that mean? Efficient? Like, explain to me.
Efficient. Okay, so can I elaborate? Are you asking me a question to answer, or so you can continue talking? Which one?
No, what's the answer? What do you mean by effective?
Efficient is getting the job done. You didn't blow any teams out of the way this season. Who did you blow out of the way except Tottenham? I said Tottenham. Who were your big victories against? You were efficient, bro. You still won the league. Efficiency led you to win the league. Why are you getting offended by giving like props?
What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
Right message, wrong messenger. That's the problem now, Joe. It's because
okay. Fair,
from me. Right message, wrong messenger. That's the problem.
Like, what are we supposed to do? What do you expect from us? I want to know. What do you expect from us?
Can I say something on the whole thing?
No, I want him to answer. What do you expect from us? What do you expect?
I don't expect anything from you. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm just going by what I see. What I saw is a team that could have been caught this season. That's what I saw.
By who?
By us.
Dude, we're on track for surpassing what Man City did last season. So what are you talking about?
As soon as you surpass it, we can have that conversation. You haven't yet.
What are you talking about?
How?
Huh?
If we win,
how many did City? Hey, sorry, can someone check how many points City finished on last season? Because
91.
KB seems to throw things out there that nobody checked.
91 points.
91 points.
Yeah, he's right. It was 91 points. He's right.
Yeah, 91.
Only
and how many are Liverpool on? 87.
And 82 right now. But if they get 3
There's
games,
still 4 games left.
If they win all their games, it'll be 94 points they finish.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so once you've achieved that, we'll revisit that. Innit? As it's not achieved yet. Don't throw accolades in that you've not achieved yet. You've won the league. Go with that.
Listen, what up to 90 the season before that? If we get 94 points, that would be the third best tally in the last 5 years. Like, what are you talking about? All this efficient, dude. We haven't gotten into gear 5.
I didn't know efficient was a diss. This is the first time I've heard efficient as a diss. I'm picking you up, bro.
You know it is. It's because Liverpool fans, they all want. This is the problem with Liverpool fans, right? They keep crying and saying, "Oh, we don't want anyone's validity," but they just want everyone to say, "Oh, listen, we're the best that's ever done it. Oh, listen, you're the best of all time." Oh,
I'm just telling you, 15 points ahead in April. That's what I'm trying to tell you. 15 points. We won the league in April.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Talking about what do you expect from us? Salah is on track to have the best individual season ever in the Premier League. Ever.
Huh?
Yes, you heard me. Yes,
Salah had the best debatable
track of having the best individual.
Stats. He's a stat guy. He's a stat guy. Yeah.
You as a footballer, as an attacker, what do you do? Like what? Do you don't score assists? Like what do you do? It's not dribbling or.
But you know what's so funny? You say this, but I'm sorry to say it. So first things first. This you're apologize. No. You're asking for validity. You're asking for validity from rival fans over the fact that you won the league. Does that not
As in, act like you've been there before, KB, bro. Embrace it, man. You know, great. They have.
This is the second time in 6 years, right?
This is not. Listen, look. I'll be honest with you, right? So in my life, I've seen I've seen Man United, Liverpool.
Are you a Man United fan?
No, I don't support. God forbid. I support.
Imagine he's Chelsea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen Chelsea. I've seen Man City. I've seen Man United. I've seen Leicester, and I've seen Liverpool all win the league. I'm not quite old enough to remember Arsenal when they won the league, innit? I shit you not. I'm just giving you two big examples. Man United and Man City, they never behaved like this. They never behaved like this. When they won the league, they were like, yeah, it's great. We won the league.
They have won titles recently. That's why. If Arsenal win the Champions League, we will all die. All the opposition fans.
They're not used to winning. Leave Arsenal out of it. They're not used to it.
But listen, Arsenal fans, we don't need to get into. I'm talking about, forget Arsenal. Arsenal they've not done anything.
Thank you, Abs.
Liverpool fans you've won a Champions League, you've won leagues, you've won all these trophies, yet you still want validity in everyone else. But you claim you're the biggest team in the world. What the hell, man?
Yeah, I don't get
that.
That's a big compliment.
What do you want to say? Right? Poems about you. The mighty Liverpool. They swept away all the competition. They were clearing. Who gives a shit? Do your own thing, man.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Everton, my rival, has like double the amount of Premier League titles you guys have. Like, what are you talking about?
And so why are you asking for validity then? If you've got double our trophies, why are you asking for validity?
What do you mean validity? I want people to say
Okay. Why do you want us to call you exceptional champions? Is that what you
want?
I don't need. No, but you do need, because I told you you were efficient and you were seeking for different words in the dictionary rather than efficient. You literally just did that for the last 10 minutes, bro.
I'm correcting
and now he's saying, "No, I don't want this, but I've just been asking for it."
I'm not asking for validity. I'm just telling you the truth. That's it.
You weren't telling me anything. How would you describe a bag of questions?
How would you describe Liverpool's title win then? What would you say the team is? What would be the word you use to describe it?
Question.
Phenomenal.
No, flawless. That's a good place to start. Okay, now as he asked me, what I meant by efficient. Phenomenal how? Explain. Give your club their flowers. What do you mean by phenomenal?
Is Salah? He's going to have individual performance in Premier League history this season. That is phenomenal. It has never happened.
Salah is, yes.
Salah's phenomenal, yes.
Salah has been 110%. But I bet if I ask you now, in the summer, would you take 4 to 5 first teamers? You're going to tell me yes.
Say that again.
I said, if I ask you now what you need in the summertime, Liverpool transfer window, you need minimum, you would like 4 starters in your team.
Not 4 starters. What are you talking about?
How many? How many? I'm asking how many.
Has Trent gone yet? Are we assuming he goes?
Hey, wait, hold on. Flawless. I believe the answer to your question was not has Trent left. Just let me know if I'm wrong.
Nah, it wasn't.
It wasn't, right? Okay, so just in case he missed the question, Flawless, ask it one more time because I think he missed it. I'm saying
this summer transfer window, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that's absolutely fine. Because most Liverpool fans I've said you need more. You need new players, and you're not looking squad players. You're looking first team. Left back. You're telling me you don't need a left back.
I said left back and striker.
Left back, striker. Do you need a left winger?
No.
Oh, so you happy with the okay, all right, one more. You happy with Szoboszlai at 10?
I mean,
there should be no and arm in here.
Listen, can I talk?
Of course.
Can I talk?
Of course.
That is the only position where we don't have a top 3 number 10 in the Premier League. In every other position, we do. It's just 3 positions we don't. Like Gakpo and Diaz.
Left back.
Wait.
All I'm asking is, would you like Liverpool to sign a new 10? No. You're overlooking this.
You can't get away with this. You can't ever get away with this. Did he say top 3 in every position except 10?
Left back.
But even Darwin Núñez is top 3 striker.
No, Abs, you're not new to this. Don't fall for the red herring, man. That's bait. Don't fall for that. We're staying with Szoboszlai.
Let them draw you a bit more.
Don't let them. Come on, man. You're smarter than that. Number 10. Would you like to see a new number 10?
I'll take Rodgers rather than Szoboszlai.
Okay, so just for clarity, you want a new left back, you want a new number 10, and you want a new striker. Potentially I want
a number that will compete with Szoboszlai. So we can win the league with Szoboszlai as number 10 again.
Of course you can, because you just won the league with him. But the question I'm asking is, what would you like new? So you've said left back, you said a number 10, and you said a striker. Potentially you could get a right back as well. So there's 4 new players in your outfield already. There's only 10 out there. So the team is phenomenal, but you want to replace almost half of them. You want to replace 40%.
We can always get better.
I've never seen that happen before. A phenomenal team, but you want to replace 40% of it.
We can, because we're losing players. We're losing Trent, so we have to replace it.
You're losing player, you said. You just asked us, is Trent actually gone? We'll ask you the same question.
Okay, so you're losing Trent. I hear that. You're losing Trent.
I agree. Don't need a right back.
Without doubt, you're losing Trent, but that's one. Who else are you losing?
I don't know that.
It sounds like you're replacing. Say again?
You don't know if we're losing Trent.
Okay, no, but you mentioned Trent. I'm saying hypothetically, whether you are or aren't losing Trent. Let's say hypothetically you keeping Trent. There's still a left back. There's still a number 10, and there's still a striker. So there's still 3 of your outfield players that you want not to add to, you want to replace. I've never seen a team be called phenomenal that's won the league, and I want to replace 3 of the outfielders. I bet there's teams that have finished second and you didn't want 3 players. There's Liverpool sides that have finished second that are better than this side that you didn't want 3 players in the summer that you would have called phenomenal. Correct?
The difference is we have Salah, who is like a striker who has striker numbers. Absolutely. So as far as scoring is, we have no problem. But we just prefer a more clinical number 9. That's it.
You prefer a better number 9. I think all of us here would want new number 9s. I think that's fair to say. Every single one of us want new number 9s. I think that's whether you're Michael.
Ash has got Sri Lanka, so he's all right.
Everybody, maybe apart from there's a Spurs fan here. Maybe apart from the Spurs fan, that's literally
to compete with Jackson, To compete with Jackson, for sure.
To compete with Jackson.
All right, let me ask you: if you could get,
let's not get distracted. Back. Let's get back.
Anyway, that's what it is. So you want 3 new players, but the team's phenomenal. Okay, first, all right, fair enough. Sorry, go on, carry on. I've never heard that before.
Unbelievable. City have won the league with like 20 points, 18 points. And nobody said shit to this though.
You ain't got no fans, man. You know this.
Yeah, because none of them was represented on YouTube, bro.
Listen,
like they won a treble and there was 7 people there, bro. What do you mean?
Listen, Man City.
Them man just had an FA Cup semi-final and couldn't fill the stand. That would never happen with any of our.
Don't compare yourself to City.
Do you know what's funny with Man City? Man City. This is Man City's fan base. It's Liam and Noel Gallagher, the other band members of Oasis, Hamza, and then 1 or 2 guys who live near the old stadium. And that
LB,
Vader, actually not Vader. So all they know about
you guys, Flawless, actually, everyone, like, be honest, yeah. It might be different for you, but before you started doing YouTube, actually, Flawless might be a little bit different because he's got the Manchester rivalry. But before you started doing YouTube, did you care when City won anything?
No, of course, they never won anything anyway. Of course, I cared because
league, bro, I'll be like, if Arsenal don't win the league, City win it, everything. I didn't give a damn. I didn't know any of them, bro. I didn't know any of them.
Headache. Yeah, come on. That's where it is.
Literally, like, I was like, some randomer from Australia might support. I'm like, nothing. Literally.
I cared. The only time, there's 2 times I cared before.
Yeah, but you got the investor money thing going on. You lot.
No, do you know what? There's literally 2 times. The only 2 times was when they were going out with Man United and Liverpool because I wanted both teams to lose the title that year.
I hear it.
That was literally
it. They're coming for you in the chat. Trudon said, Av, just make sure you win your conference league. Don't worry about us, yeah? All right.
Yeah, don't.
Efficiencies. What's it called? Efficiency is doing what they needed to do and had to do. Well done, NFC. Done with 4 games to go. 100%. But they're not. But that's not enough praise for them. Osmore TV. That's not. Is it is it awesome? I don't know. My dyslexia is getting in the way there. Awesome TV. I'm gonna go with. Bun your validation. We don't care. You made the comments. I think you do care, but it is what it is, isn't it?
No. I mean, you're talking a lot about it. That's why. Like, I never mentioned that. I was just correcting you. That's all.
Correcting me. You're correcting my own opinion. Does that make sense? I can correct someone's opinion.
It's wrong. I'm saying explain.
Change up and still won the league. It happens. I don't know what that's in regards to. But yeah, look, flawless. As much as I enjoyed what you were doing, and I love for it to continue. We gotta give some space for the champions to really get some verbal head in it. That's what they want, in it. So anyone wanna chime in on?
I thought you was gonna say something serious, yo. One thing I will do though is I've said this, as much as I despise Liverpool being a Manchester United fan, props to the manager, props to the team. They deserve the league 110%. This whole thing about the league's terrible and that's the only reason why they win it and everybody else is bad. That's all dead. That's people being salty. If it was easy to win the league, everybody would do it. There's been countless talented managers, countless talented sides that haven't won the Premier League. And Slot's done it in his first season, which is makes it even more.
Some people have stayed. Some people have stayed in number 1 spot. The most number of days in the last 2 years, and they still didn't win it. Yeah, it's not easy to win.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Well,
is it?
It comes back to the saying, like, you can only beat what's in front of you. Like, people can say like the league hasn't been great, and I've been one of them saying that the quality of the Premier League this season has been poor. But end of the day, they've been the best team in the Premier League because they've won it. So you can only beat what's in front of you. Listen, that's taking nothing away from you, though. You guys have been very good.
Yeah. Also, like
the reality is the season. I wouldn't say it's as exciting as last season because it didn't take us all the way to the last game. But that's nothing to do with Liverpool and nothing to do with Liverpool fans. Like, if you ask any club if they'd rather their team win with 10 games to go or the last day of the season, I'm closing my eyes, 10 games to go and enjoy the next 10 games. Everyone say, oh, you walked to the league. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I'll be dancing, skanking, doing backflips. No one could make me feel bad for walking the league. It ain't nothing to do with the league. But I do, before we move on to other topics, because for the 30 minutes, we've just kind of waffled along about Liverpool. But, like, what I will say, someone definitely needs two people need a massive round of applause. Slot, but not only for winning the league, for what he allowed us to see in the player Ryan Gravenberch. I mean, those of you who watched him in the Ajax days maybe knew what type of player this guy was and what his potential was, but he had a couple years where people were doubting that he could fulfill his potential. Maybe Liverpool got a dud. People were saying, I was saying all sorts of weird nicknames last season as well.
Still clear. What? Who said that?
Chelsea fan. Okay, we'll park that for now. We'll park it. We'll deal with Gravenberch first. We'll park it for now. But Ibrahim, as a Manchester United fan, it's obviously not exciting to see your biggest rivals achieve such success. But what have you got to say about Ryan Gravenberch's change and his form this season? Because he's really been one of the difference makers, I believe.
Yeah, two things. I actually made peace with the fact that these guys were going to win the league since last year, right? You know, I could see the momentum. I could see the fact that they were a very serious team, regardless of the team that slots, met. Slots
great, but we didn't ask you about that. But
you asked me a question, right? Let me answer, please. I made peace with that since. And big ups to them, yeah. So the question about Gravenberch, I think he's a very fantastic player. He's actually one of my favorite players on FIFA, to be honest, right? I personally like people who know how to handle business in that midfield, because I think that's like one of the most important parts of a football formation, right? Because, a lot of things can actually go wrong in that space. And Gravenberch gives me that vibe that Yaya Toure gives me, right? Not as good as Yaya Toure yet, but he's got a huge potential. Please, let's not compare that, please.
I said not even close. That's what I said.
I thought you were going to argue it because I know you very well. He has that potential to be that guy. I love the guy very much. We had a conversation just recently when Conley said, "Oh, why is he not part of the? Why is he not given the U Player of the Year or nominated for U Player of the Year for the Premier League?" And I said, "Look, that guy should not be in the conversation for U Player of the Year. That guy should be in conversation for Team of the Year, right? Like he's really doing stuff with the big boys." So putting him in that space for U Player of the Year or Young Player of the Year, it's even I think it's an insult to what he has achieved this season. And to be honest, I feel like he's really up there, man. He's there to stay. As far as he's in that team, for a very long time, that team would have, they'll witness a very significant level of inconsistency in that department.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, please.
I actually think Macallister, throughout the entire season, has been the better midfielder. Throughout the season. Gravenberch is kind of since the new year, like Feb, he hasn't been himself. I don't know if it's fatigue or whatever, but he hasn't been the powerhouse he was at the first 3 months of the season. But Macallister...
You're right. You're right in terms of,
Macallister has been has been consistent throughout. Like I think he had one bad game when he came back from Argentina against Nottingham Forest, and that was it. He has been the most consistent midfielder, and I think he should be in the Premier League team of the season, even before Ryan Gravenberch. He has been the most consistent person in that midfield. That's my take on it.
A number of the guys in that team will be in the team of the year, to be honest. Maybe at least four people from that team.
Do you know what the thing is with Gravenberch, though? Kunle, you're spot on in terms of consistency overall from start to finish. But I think the thing with Gravenberch is because not many people saw it. You know what I'm saying? That in the way he came to the club, not many people saw it. But when you kind of come from nowhere, as people say, it stands out a little bit more. But I agree with you. Macallister's definitely been the most consistent. But I say from last season to this season, Gravenberch has probably been the biggest surprise.
Most improved, without a shadow of a doubt. But I mean, it has to win. It has to win the young player. He's 22. If they give it to anybody else, it'll be a travesty. He has to win it. Because I can't think of anything.
Who else? Who else is there? Honestly, who else is there?
There's Morgan Rogers. There's what's his name? There's Dean Hoyson, I think.
What, Lewis Skelly? No, not got a shout. Lewis Skelly?
Yeah,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
What are you talking about?
I'm joking.
Nah, to be fair, the Skelly shout ain't even bad, but I can't lie. You say the most improved. I'm surprised you've not mentioned Curtis, because anytime I've watched Curtis Jones this season,
Curtis.
By the way, you know what it is? No, Gakpo's another one, because the thing with I've rated Gakpo, and I've never really been a fan of Curtis Jones like that. I've always thought he's one of these guys who basically he does a spin-a-rooney in the middle of the park and doesn't really do too much. But this year, what's it called? he's actually been quite good whenever I've seen him. So I thought Utd most improved, to be fair.
A lot of Liverpool players have improved, and that's courtesy of the manager. So the only ones that have really regressed, you could say, are maybe Robertson, but like he's getting old, and Darwin Núñez, but we know what he's about. So
my question really is: can Salah perform these type of numbers 2 seasons in a row? That's my question, and
I think he can.
Wait, hold on. Not even that.
Where have you?
This is a better question. But KB, quickly, before we move, we're gonna move on after you answer this question because we talked a lot about the champion.
Yeah.
Pick up the champion. But do you think there's a chance that Salah does a Aubameyang now? He's won the league. He's had more. He's on track to have a record. Hold on, a record season. Do you think it's like, yo, man did that? Get off my back, or you think a couple more years he can stretch it out for?
First of all, Salah drives like work every day. They don't have 10, 15 cars. I don't think he owns a chain. They're different people. One is motivated, and the other is just, fun and enjoying himself, going to clubs in London. It's completely different. They're completely different parents. Salah has records he needs. He has there's shit to do. Like, he's not staying in Liverpool because he loves it. He wants to break records. That's why he's staying over. And by the time he finishes, he's going to be the second highest goal scorer ever in the history of the Premier League. He has stuff to do. So it's not an Aubameyang situation. Whatever happens to Liverpool next season, 4th, 5th, 2nd, 1st, 10th, he's going to do what he does. He has been doing it. And I mean, from the goal he scored against Spurs, he still has it. He's more than motivated.
But Liverpool definitely won't
chasing records. He's chasing
because they're about to dominate the Premier League for a couple more seasons, right? So nothing to worry about there.
I don't know about that. We'll see what the transition holds.
Why wouldn't you?
We'll see what the transition holds.
We're a phenomenal team. How can you not?
No.
Got him.
No. Listen, it's a phenomenal team, but then
a phenomenal team should dominate. An efficient team has a chance they can get beaten, but a phenomenal one.
United under Mourinho.
What'd you say? Yeah, look, Saved by the Light there. Hey, look at that. He planned it to a T right there. KB, big up, man, big up. He's going to blame it on Nigeria, right? Strategic. Big up, man. But guys, quickly, I want to move on for the next 10 minutes. I want to talk about a Portuguese fella. Wears a lot of Moncler. Looks good in Moncler. I don't know if he's got a sponsorship deal or whatever, but he rocked up in Manchester. Either you can say 6 months too early or 6 months too late, however you want to look at it. He probably went in at the wrong time, but he's been there for a number of games right now. I saw a stat that says when Amorim took over, Wolves were 16 points behind Manchester United. And now Wolves and Manchester United have the exact same amount of points in the Premier League. The question I have for Manchester United fans first is, has there been any improvement since Amorim has come in? And if so, what is it? And if not, is it time to say cheerio? Quite a lot in there.
Better hairline on the manager. That's the improvement.
In regards to your question, no, there hasn't been any improvement. No. He's took us from terrible to diabolical. I don't do the revisionism when people talk about, like Ten Hag and this and that. Ten Hag was awful. Let's just clear that up, like, first and foremost. But Amorim has clearly been worse. He was terrible, though. All these, what? This is literally, if you look at Manchester United now, 28th of April, 2025. I look at Manchester United, 28th of April, 2024. The conversation is the exact same. Should the manager stay or go? He has one trophy to potentially save his job. Some of the fans are manager in, some of the fans are manager out. The mirror match is scary. Should the manager go? Should the manager stay? Like, it's split with Ten Hag, like it's split now. On all the records you're saying, Ten Hag broke all these records. We was on course for our worst ever season. Look, Amorim's breaking records. We're on course for our worst ever Premier League season. The list goes on. The mirror match is scary. in regards to it. So in regards to that, definitely not. Like but Amorim's took us from awful to diabolical, like I said. And should he go, I hear that part of the conversation. And if United fans are Amorim out, I know people who are, I hear it. The reason why I'm not is because I want these players gone first. That's where I'm at. Get the players gone first. The manager goes with them. Fine. But I want no more clean sheets, no more fresh starts, no more remontadas for this group of players. Because I'm tired of these group of players who have had us in this situation for the longest. Some of these players are 2, 3, 4, 5 managers deep. It's like, no, it's a wrap. These man got to go first and foremost. When I say that, not the new signings, not the youngsters, not Ahmad, not Maino, but I'm talking about the vast majority of the squad that have been here a number of years.
Even Bruno.
Yes, everybody. He's overseeing something. Yeah, even him. No one should be saved. It's a team thing, even though individually he hasn't been as bad as some of the others. We are about to in 4 seasons. This is going to be our third worst. This is going to be our third worst. Our worst ever Premier League season again. 3 and 4 years.
What, back to back?
No, it's not back to back. So we had the season Oli got sacked was our worst ever league season. Then we had at the Ten Hag season where he finished.
Did a 1-up on that.
Ten Hag did a 1-up on that, and now this one. So that's 3 and 4.
Wait, I know.
So why are these players not held accountable? All our worst defeats are with the vast majority of this.
I know you're not talking about the second. Sorry, you go.
No, go on. Say what you're saying.
I was going to say, I know you're not talking about the second coming of Frank Lampard. You want to get rid of him, Mason Mount. What are we doing? Money Mace is the best midfielder in the Premier League. Straight out of Cobham.
Basically, yeah, man, straight out of Cobham, but can't stay fit. So what use are you to me?
He looks good, innit? He looks good. He's a good kit model.
That's his favourite player. He loves Mason Mount. He does prop in the group chat for him all the time.
Yeah, man. Like Madueke is your favourite player. I hear it, Abs, man.
100%. That's my dog, man.
Wait,
big up
Zeno. All right, we're not
big up Zeno. Big up Zeno. I feel it. You know what's funny though? You say this, right? And I hear where you're coming from, but the problem is that you remember when it's funny when you have this convo with Man United fans, because when Oli was there, and everyone universally accepted that this Man United team was okay. Yes, there's a few holes, but it's a decent-ish squad, which if you add in a few decent additions, like another midfielder, another centre-back, and another goalkeeper, for example, and then you can go compete, because the attack at that time was cold, innit? So what's happened is then Ten Hag's come in, he's got rid of 90% of that squad, and you're basically saying, we need to start again with a new manager. Do you not think it's an issue where, okay, yes, the players might not be good, but it's not like the same group. It's more a thing of Man United don't know how to recruit players for the club as opposed to they sign players specifically for the manager. So like Lisandro individually might be decent. I don't particularly rate him that highly, but individually might be decent. But he's one of these guys who he's for a very specific style of play. Same as Onana. I know people get onto Onana, but Onana was brought in for a purpose, and he's not been able to show that purpose because his team faces about 2,000 shots per game. So how much of it is manager signings that have let down the club, as well as players from past regimes who just
it's everything. Like, it's not just on the players the same way it's not just on Amorim. This is not where Manchester United are as not just this season, or it's not just Amorim's reign. This is before Amorim. This is mistakes from before Ten Hag. This is mistakes from before Oli. There's a reason we want our ownership out. And then we got the Ineos, who are literally just Glazers 2.0, but because it's a new name, Manchester United fans won't call it out. I've had these conversations before. I didn't want Ineos in the first place. And the fact they've come in, some of the stuff they've done is absolutely horrendous. And we would have slaughtered the Glazers for it. But because it was Ineos, for whatever reason, our fan base decided to let it slide. Now, all of a sudden, people are calling them out. Because this Amorim thing, that's your guy that you went and got. So if it doesn't work out with him, that's on you. You've had 2 of the worst, even though they didn't appoint Ten Hag, you've had 2 of the worst managerial decisions back-to-back I've ever seen in my life. To keep Ten Hag.
They renewed Ten Hag.
They renewed him. No, let's not even go there without even going to all that. They assessed him for a long period of time. That's red flag number 1. What the hell is there to assess?
Ash, I want to bring Ash in here, because obviously you're kind of having that situation with your manager right now. But do you think Amorim is more the club and what he came into, or he's making too many mistakes for the time he's been there now? Where's your head more at?
I'm more looking at the club that he's come into. I think Manchester United, there's so much pressure to perform at that level because let's face it, it's a big club. The heritage is there, and anyone walking in is going to face a lot of scrutiny. And I think the job he did at Sporting, be it at a Portuguese league where people don't really rate it that highly, I think they rate it like 4th or 5th in terms of elite levels. You've got Prem, you've got you know, Bundesliga, all the rest of it. I think him coming from the job that he was doing at Sporting, because remember, Sporting weren't winning leagues like that. So he came across Sporting and he just snatched it from Benfica and Porto, and he made them dominate for like a piece. I just think, the timing was wrong. Man United were panicking. They didn't know what they were doing with their directors of football as well. There's a new ownership. They kept Ten Hag, as Flawless said already, in too long. They made that mistake by using that trophy. This is one thing I'm scared of. You get it? Because, boy, let my team win a trophy, then I might have a certain Aussie man like in charge for a little bit longer, and I'm a bit nervous, broski. I'll be real. Because look, you didn't even need to know about football. If I said to you, if you hadn't been watching football for 4 or 5 years, and I said, Ross, Spurs are like, Ross, 16th, 17th. And you're like, Ross, who's your manager? And I said, Ross, I'm Australian, brother. You'd be like, what? You better than employed Australia? No, you lot are moving mad. So, yeah, I'm in that stage where I can relate.
Crikey, you didn't just say that, did you?
By the way,
it's who we are, mate. It's who we are, mate.
You know what's so funny? Spurs are 1 loss away from having 20 losses in the Premier League. You know how
they're guaranteed 50% loss ratio. They guaranteed 19 losses at 38 games.
That's so dark. Listen,
would you ever believe that this team were top of the league 10 games into last season? This same team.
Wait,
the best left back, the best number 10, the best DM in North London, the best winger, the best keeper in the league. They had all these the best guys.
The Super was on
fire. The best. Was that the partnership Romero and Van der Ven? Woo, woo. Hey.
But then the summer window again.
What a time to be alive.
You know what's funny?
And then they sprinkled Sri Lanka on top of that this season. Well, we thought they were. Well, we didn't.
They signed me up front.
We laugh at Spurs, man. We laugh at Spurs, and listen, everyone's up for it because it's Tottenham. They don't do fuck all in general. But I shit you not, if by some, not even a miracle, if by a curse, if we're cursed as football fans, and Spurs get some half-decent owners, they could be next up. No word of a lie, especially with the way the infrastructure.
You reckon?
No, let me tell you why. I'm trying to move all agendas on my side.
Quick segue.
Because if you look at the infrastructure they're in, they're a very profitable club. Like, guys talk about being well-run and all that shit. If you want to talk about just making money, they're a very well-run club as it is. They've got a fantastic stadium. They're in it's not a particularly nice part of London, but they're in like an area where there can be investment done in it. So if some Arab owners came in and did what they did now with Man City, then low-key Spurs could be next up.
We all watched you back then. Was you not impressed? Huh? Did you not enjoy it? Me personally, I saw the red and white on top of our stadium. I said, what kind of circus thing are we doing here, fam? I said, no way. And I heard North London forever. I said, oh, my. We have sold our soul. But I think my man's got a point, if I'm being real. If I'm being 100, being $150, I think, given the right owners, the right type of Arab man, you know what I'm saying? Little sprinkle here, sprinkle there. The team's not that bad. I just think the manager is just wild. He's just super gun-ho, man.
Brother, hey, Ash. Does the right owners tell Bruno Fernandes to go to United instead of United, or William to go to you lot instead of Chelsea, or Abramovich to not go to Spurs to go to Chelsea? Was it Tottenham that he was going over before? Then he
was going to Tottenham, and then he had a helicopter, and they were like,
"Bro, I'm saying, bro, it's part of your DNA." Do you think that was by accident? No, the football words are like they somehow some turbulence led him over to they don't want no peace for you guys. They want problems always.
Could I ask a question? Could I ask a question?
Yeah, go on.
Could I ask a question? Would you keep Ange if he wins the Europa League?
Me personally, no, I wouldn't, because I'm equivalent to like
you fucking make him a statue and you keep him at the club and give him a contract. What do you mean?
With the first club a trophy, the first trophy.
Me personally, I understand vibes, innit? I get it, because boom, my man pattens up the trophy and everyone's happy. Yeah, we won our first 20 defeats, brother. Make it make sense,
brother.
Hey.
Flawless abs.
I'm leaning on my brothers here for
89th minute Heung-min Song winner. All that 20 games when you're ripping off your shirt, knee slide in the front room, you're not thinking about that, man.
You're not
swinging your shirt around.
That's your first trophy in 20 years.
And you're telling me that you'll sack that guy after?
Right. There's logic, and then there's like being a fan, innit? My logic would tell me that that is not the right move to do, to keep him on, pass the trophy, innit? It's thank you very much for your services. I appreciate what you've done. You're the most successful manager in 40 years. Imagine that.
And you're gonna sack him. Imagine that. And then you're sacking him. Wait, what's going on here?
Well,
if he wins a trophy, you can't
YouTube
sack
will
him.
kill, man. YouTube will kill, man.
Yeah, you can sack him if you win a trophy, to be fair.
If he wins the
That's
Europa League, you cannot sack that man. No, as much as I hate you in regards to it, more than
rival fans protesting for him. Rival fans protest for Ange if you get him out.
You give him an opportunity. You give him an opportunity to fail because he's done something that pretty much none of us think.
Exactly.
I hear it, but
this might be my favorite comment.
Come January, come November. Yeah, I'm saying come November, and we're on relegation fodder. You know what I'm saying? Look,
it don't matter. He still got that Europa League.
If you win the Europa League, you would take that. You would have took that. Hey, you would have took that at the start of the season. Someone said Spurs are going to finish 17th, 20 losses, but you going to win the Europa League. You would have took that at the start.
I'm saying it.
Of course, you'd give me that contract now. You say.
What are we talking about?
Go online. Why are you stuttering and all that, bro? Speak up. That's beatboxing that. Nah, bro, we want to hear it. We want to hear it. You grab that. He knows he's grabbing that, bro.
I know I'm first.
You can't even look at the camera when you're saying it.
I listen. And if Ange wins them a trophy, do you know how mad that would be, Nick? Because you know, with all due respect to Spurs, Nick, they're not a club who, you know, they're not a club
win trophies.
They're not a club who should feel some entitlement to anything because they've never really dominated any competitions like that. So them winning a trophy is like, okay, just to give you a bit of context, if you know in school when you all had a little group in it and everyone had their fun, but you had that one brethren who for some reason just could not move to things at all. But then he somehow managed to bag like one meaty 3 out of 10. He's in no position to be complaining about who he bagged. You don't move to things like that.
What do you reckon I should call her? What do we reckon you should call her, bro? All up to a yard, bro. Have you got this far before? How about should you call her?
You don't like that. You don't like that.
Don't worry about what we rate, big man.
I want you to clip this.
You
I want you to clip this, yeah? And I don't want no revisionism. I don't want to hear no change in narratives, you know. Because listen, I can see Tottenham winning the league. I mean, the Europa Cup.
Oh, whoa. Europa League, yeah. Add the Europa
League. That's what I said.
We got worried.
What did you
get? Guys. I don't know how Spurs snuck in here. I wasn't no offense. I wasn't really going to talk about Chelsea and Abs because it's not really exciting to talk about right now. A couple wins, little. I don't even think you don't want to talk about that too tough. To be fair, smash the like button, my people. But I still think there's an outside chance that you do get in the top 5. But if you don't get the top 5, it's embarrassing because they've given you an extra position to qualify for Champions League. They've dashed you an extra position, and you still said no. But we'll revisit that one next.
I want the manager gone anyway. But yeah.
Hey, we're definitely revisiting that next week. You guys play for our next show. You guys would have played Liverpool, so it might be a little bit more juicy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
for real.
Quickly to end the show, we've got 7 minutes, and there's a big game tomorrow. It's a big game that a few people in the comment section trying to put a little bit extra pressure on. Finesse in particular. Arsenal at home to PSG. Boy, I'm going to kick it off real quick because I believe this is an interesting tie for the sheer fact there's 2 teams that like to play football, create chances, but I don't think either team are quite clinical. If you really look at it, because if you look at the amount of chances PSG missed against Liverpool, Villa, they're not clinical, but they take chances. And similar to us, we're not clinical against Madrid both legs. We had a bag of chances, but we didn't take all of them. I think what wins this tie is A, how much you notice the miss of Thomas Partey in the first leg, and B, who's going to be more clinical. That's what I believe. What do you guys think?
Who do you think? Let me ask you. Who do you think is going to play in midfield alongside Rice in the first leg?
I would have gone for Jorginho because I've seen him and Rice do a lot of stuff last season together. But I don't even think he's available. He wasn't. I don't think he's available. He is.
Yeah, I heard he's injured too. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard the same thing. So I wouldn't do the put Skelly in there and play Tierney or whatever people were saying. I'd probably go with Marino and then put Trossard up top.
Okay.
Personally, that's what I do. I don't like it because the whole Marino up top's been kind of working in the Champions League. Yeah. But what can we do? We've got to figure it out for one game, and if we can't do that for one game, then we don't deserve this Champions League anyway.
What about Ethan? You don't think Ethan can get some airtime?
Hey, Abs, come on, bro. Come on. First of all, he's never played that for that position in the senior team, so that's not the game to try that out personally. So I'm not with that. I don't mind him getting. I'm surprised he didn't get any minutes against Madrid, considering certain dynamics of the situation. I'm surprised he didn't get nothing. But if he did, maybe I'd be encouraged to give him more minutes now. But I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure.
Conley, what about,
I definitely wouldn't start him.
What about Zinny?
Yeah, people have said that one. So just keep Marino up top and put Zinny alongside.
Because Zinny used to play that position in midfield.
He's a midfielder, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, he is. He's naturally a midfielder. What's happened to? Because I know. So Partey's not fit, right? Because last I checked, he wasn't.
No, he's suspended.
No, he's suspended. He got booked. Yeah.
Yeah, they might have to run it. It might have to be like if Jesus was fit, then I get why they'd play Marino midfield. Because Jesus false 9, because that front three of Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli was what really took the world by surprise.
Wait, Jesus back?
Nah.
Oh, right. I was about to say.
If he was
That's one player I'd love to have in the squad, like for this Champions League run, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, his legs are made of biscuits, though.
I think your best bet is in my opinion, dropping Marino down to midfield and playing that Trossard up front. That's what I think is the best.
That's the most logical one.
It's not going to be as good, but it's not going to be as good. But that's what you expect. It's still going to be as good.
Yeah, but you see, but Trossard is one of these guys where I don't know for some reason. And I'm not talking about the front three. I'm talking about the midfield. No, I'm saying up front. I know you're saying up front, but even when you play Trossard, I can't. It's one of these players where whenever I watch him, when he starts, he always drops a stinker. But when he's coming off the bench, he's like, he's mad impactful.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think physicality would be an issue for Arsenal in the midfield if
physicality.
If you don't put Mourinho back in that midfield, you know what I'm saying. Okay. If Mourinho doesn't drop in there, physicality will be a problem because I think. You see PSG, they're very technical. They got Vitinha. They've obviously got Ruiz.
I was going to make this as that same point as well.
Yeah, so that technical ballers, you kind of want someone to rough them up, innit? You don't want to give them too much to kind of dictate because that's what you want to do. Because Emery's style, he's stubborn. He wants to do short passes. He wants to control the tempo of the game.
Exactly.
Arteta wants to do the same. You know what I'm saying? So
I hope he approaches the game similar to how he approached the first game against them. I know it's a kind of a different team. Kraver's there and then different form, as you could say. But what I mean by how he used the squad, if you saw how he used Trossard and Havertz that night, because obviously Odegaard wasn't available, he just kept alternating them like in different passages of play. I'd like to see that same thing done with Marino and Trossard because for me, as a midfielder, I'll be honest with you, Marino, when he plays midfield, he looks like a referee, bro. He just follows the ball around and does nothing. Like, literally, he's an extra referee. I'm keeping it a buck, man. I'm not trying to... So in midfield, it's a different Marino to up front.
Can I say with Marino, right? I think he's the opposite of Joe Linton. In the sense, like, do you remember when he signed him as a striker. He was horrendous there for a season and a half. They drop him into midfield. Now he's a... Yeah, but then Marino, like you sign him as a midfielder, he offers nothing in your midfield, in my opinion. Like he's not creative, his defending isn't that good, and that tells you like dictating play, he's not that kind of player either. But you stuck him up front, obviously, to fill in for Havertz. And listen, he might not be the best striker in the world, but he's just a presence. And to be fair, his finishing isn't actually that bad. Like that no-look finish against Real Madrid at the Emirates, fair enough. But listen, you can't expect it to be as good. If you do that, you can't expect it to be as good as Partey and Rice because it's not going to be. You expect it to not be that good because they're two of the best in the league or in the world in their position. So you're going to expect a drop off.
But the real problem, really, I don't know why we haven't really spoke about it. Is like the obvious thing, isn't it? Is Kvaratskhelia on one wing and Dembele on the other wing, and you know they don't stay there; they switch over. Certain times.
Where does Doué play again?
Doué start? Or
I think it'll be Dembele. I think it'll be Dembele or I think it'll be Dembele one wing. I think it'll be Kvaratskhelia the other wing. you know what I'm saying? And
you know, it is.
They interchange if you look at it anyway. How
more time Cavaro starts the false 9 because before it used to be Dembele start. It was Dembele who started false 9, and then they put Doué right wing and Barcola left wing. But my guy Barcola, please bring him Chelsea, has been benched. So
Barcola at Chelsea.
Any day, he's a baller.
Bro, I'm done with kids.
He's not, man.
Abs, you're usually good at this, Abs. You're usually good at this, Abs.
What?
You're
How's he not
good
at
this, Abs? No, don't
have
get deceived by this. You
guys have
I like Barcola. I like him.
No, I like him, but I like him, Abs. But he's not the guy that you. I know the guy you think he is. He's not him.
Yeah, man.
Because I know how you think about Lautaro Martinez, and he's not that guy either.
He's right-footed Madueke, man. What are we doing, man?
What are we doing about right-footed Madueke? Right-footed Madueke.
Right-footed Madueke is a little bit better, man. Does he start for Chelsea, Barcola, if he goes there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry, your wingers are terrible.
I'll take for free. Flawless. He starts for 19 teams in England comfortably.
Yeah, because all the left wingers are terrible.
In fact, no.
It's not because we got wavy left wingers and he's come replacing them. They're all dead.
No,
like Martin Ellis ain't a decent. If Martin Ellis scores in the next 3 games, then I'll give him his props. Martin Ellis ain't doing that.
Listen, I can't lie. Maybe I'm the only one left here, but Barcola's a wicked player, man. It's just a shame he has so much star quality.
Yeah, but regardless of him being a good player or not, I'm sick of signing kids under 22. Like, I want proven, I want like experienced players. But that's a different topic. My bad. 23.
No, but you said it's Bronski. I'll be honest. I'm a believer in if you're good enough, you're old enough. I don't care how old you are. If you're good,
and he's neither. You know what I'm
saying? That's a way.
Watch him play against him and Dembele. You see him and Dembele get away with absolute murder.
Dembele, I don't think Dembele is overrated. It depends how people are talking. So the way I'm talking about Dembele is we all knew how much of a talent he was before he even went to Barcelona. When Barca didn't really give a fuck about his life, drinking, like not taking care of his body, whatever. Went back to his comfort blanket in France, where people love him, they can speak his language, blah 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 blah. And now he's hitting some form. I'm hearing people talking about Ballon d'Ors and all that stuff. That's a bit crazy for me. But if they're saying that, then officially this has been a shit year of football. If that's what we're saying, Dembele is up for Ballon d'Ors and that. He's having an incredible season. But let's be honest, he has like
phenomenal match. Some might say
he's probably had 6 good games and they've all been in the Champions League. No one watches them league things, bro.
Even when you watch him like La Liga, it's like in League On, like he's just like I said. Don't mean that he's just so over. His decision making is awful. He's one of the worst 2-footed players.
He misses so many chances. Like if Saka had the amount of chances Dembele gets, he's scoring more. He's technically he's better than Saka in terms of
I think Saka's a better player, to be fair. I think Rodrigo's a better player as well.
IQ, innit? That's what
it is. If you want to talk about
either of those two top 2 wingers at PSG, who are the top 2 wingers at PSG are attackers?
Kvaratskhelia and Dembele. I'd say Kvaratskhelia or Doué maybe.
I'd see what I'm saying. I'd take Doué and Kvaratskhelia over the other 2.
I think Doué.
You take Doué over Dembele, yeah?
Yes.
Really?
So we forget. You know what happened because PSG knocked out Liverpool. We forgot about all the chances that Dembele squandered in that game.
I need to see
the ball into the goalkeeper over here because they won the game. We forgot about it. I'm telling you. Watch that game.
I'm with you, Flawless. I've been scarred about Dembele since the Barca thing, bro. So I'm not really. You know when they were like he was a free transfer. I didn't want him as a free transfer, like, bro. He's talented, but there's just something. He's one of them guys that's just something.
That's what he gets away with because attribute wise you have it, and then you're like, why do you play left foot, right foot, great agility, great balance, acceleration, pace. And then you watch him, the IQ. The decision.
Okay, so just so we come full circle, like, do you think how good their front three is going to be the reason why they could knock us out of the Champions League? Ash,
depends.
Ibrahim had he's quite
they've got much options in that front three. For example, on
so his day, what was the question?
Barcola can do his thing, and on his day,
no, I'm saying. So I'm gonna say quickly, last couple of comments before we wrap up. as I can see by the title that you don't expect Arsenal winning the Champions League this season. Is one of those reasons because of the quality that you feel the PSG front three provide, or that's not where you see them winning the game?
I wouldn't say I don't expect you guys to win, because if I'm being honest, right, you guys you've clearly shown that you have what it takes to a very large extent. I'm wishing you do not win it, and I'm pretty much relying on a lot of luck, and also the fact that PSG are a very, very quick transition team, which unfortunately is a problem because Arsenal are also very good. If you want to go Arsenal, I want to go toe to toe. I feel like it's going to be really difficult, right, to beat Arsenal. And I think it's a very even game. I think it's 50-50 if you ask me. Game of two legs. Anything can happen, which is where I'm hoping the luck is going to come through. Like I said, I don't think PSG is the better team. I don't think Arsenal is the better team. It's evenly spread across board. I'm just banking on luck, to be honest. I'm banking on luck.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are just hoping it doesn't happen because of what it means for social media and stuff, man. But you got to look past that,
you beat Madrid on my way, man. That's ridiculous, man. Not everybody does that. That is phenomenal, to be honest. I have to give it to you guys, man.
Wow, you just gave us is everything all right? You just gave us
I'm being realistic here. Like, you beat me. Bro, if I tell you what I did.
Smash the like button, people, because this is the first. He's giving Arsenal some props. Share, comment, subscribe. Watch it now on the replay. Smash that like button for Ibrahim. And guys, we've gone a little bit over time, but just to wrap up, I'm going to go around and get some score predictions for tomorrow's game. First of all, Abs, Arsenal at home against PSG. What are you predicting?
2-1 Arsenal.
Fabs, you fraud. Don't let me share your messages from before. You fraud. Big up Fabs, though. Smash the like.
No.
Hey, you're still struggling, Abs.
I told you 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Okay, I didn't hear that. Sorry. Dude.
Kills me to say it, but 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
I don't think PSG are going to score. I don't think
I hate all this encouragement. Let's go to Ibrahim. Ibrahim, what's the score tomorrow, man?
2-2.
2-2. Of course. Look at how.
PSG would definitely score 100%.
Of course you say 2-2.
PSG will score. PSG will score.
Shout out to
I don't think they'll score. I don't think at the Emirates with Arsenal.
PSG will score.
All right, we're not as good defensively as people think, but yeah, we are kind of.
You ain't got Gabriel.
Yes, you ain't got Gabriel. Don't do that. Yes, you are. Stop it. Yes, you are. You try that. It's the strongest part of your team.
I couldn't even get through that one, man. All right, Ash, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3-1 Arsenal. 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal.
Bro, stop scaring me, man. Stop scaring me, man. 3-1, you guys are not there.
All right, Flores, man, do what you do, man. Hit me. I'm all right.
Nah, you know what it is. I'm with Dupes. As much as I don't want to, it pains me to admit it. I think Arsenal win 2-0. I think you get through the tie. I do, unfortunately.
Gosh.
Yeah, this is what we need. Yeah. 4-2. Vanessa says 4-2 PSG. I need some of this negativity. It can't be all rosy and happy. I don't like it.
I would love to sit here and tell you all the reasons why you're not going through. But I look at the matchups and go, I think you got this, especially with the second leg being away. Defensively, you're good enough to get past him. I can see it being like the aim will be like for you lot, like you did in Madrid in the first leg type of thing. It'll be that type
of thing. The difference is
they need a little lead. Do you think they need a little lead to hang on to, or do you think you could just have?
They do need a lead. Yes, 100%. That PSG midfield is ridiculous. Like if they're on it, Arsenal are not seeing the ball. Like we know that when you got Ruiz, Neves, Vitinha in that midfield, top quality. Already spoken about the attack. But he's not getting anywhere. That's arguably the best midfield trio in Europe. Like, it's ridiculous. That defensively, I also think Arsenal can get at them. As much as I rate Pacho and I rate Nuno Mendes, Marquinhos and Hakimi, I think are suspect. I look at their right hand side and I go,
defensively, 100%.
Defensively, they can be got at. And then Donnarumma is kind of like, as much as I think he's a good goalkeeper, Klango. He's got a mistake in him.
Yeah, but what's his name? You say
Martinelli versus Hakimi and Saka versus what's his name? Mendes.
Yeah. Like that would be tough for Saka, but Martinelli, Trossard off the bench over that side as well. It's like they can be got. Again, I want to be wrong.
Martin Ellis from Romford. until further notice, please. Martin
Nah,
Ellis
what-
from Rom.
You got Trossard. You got Trossard who can play over that side. Man, yeah,
yeah,
play over that side.
it's not even Martin Ellis, it's Dog Nelly.
Dog Nelly, man. At least try to play with his name, at least, man. But boy, Dog Nelly, you know, that's deep, man. Big up. But Madrid also rickety at the moment. Don't know what that meant.
Yeah, true. Madrid are such a horrible.
Yeah, but I wasn't hearing this before Arsenal played them. If you guys were telling us these are all the reasons why Arsenal were going to win, then I would have heard it now. But you weren't saying that. So smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. My score prediction for tomorrow night is 2-0 to the Arsenal. I think we'll take 2 goals into the second leg and get the job done. Don't forget to smash the like, my people. Is anyone doing any watch-alongs or shows tonight, tomorrow that they'd like to plug in?
Just follow me. I'm active on TikTok, not necessarily YouTube, but yeah, my TikTok handle is basically that. I'll probably do my thoughts on it afterwards. So
perfect, man. I'll definitely make sure. I'm just getting back used to this streaming thing. I forgot to add people's like YouTube thing in the. Bro, I will do it, guys. Don't worry, I'm gonna do it after, man. I'll do the housekeeping after. I definitely do that.
Bro, don't worry, I've been slacking on YouTube anyway, so it's fine. I'm more active on TikTok.
Back into the routine, man. So, but give me viewers, give me 10 minutes to get all their what's it called, YouTube pages in the description. We'll make it happen, guys. Thank everyone for showing up today. Smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you same time next week. Oh yeah, now.
All right, guys.